Hello everybody, KJ back with another episode of the Ultimate Cars Opening. First of all, if you hear, like crickets or something, it's because outside where I am, it's nighttime, so, yeah, I'm recording this very late, but the house is quiet right now, and so I thought, hey, since the house is pretty quiet, I might as well take the opportunity of the silence to record this episode. So, yeah, that's the reasoning for the background noise. In the meantime, though, that doesn't really change up anything, about the main idea of this series, where we're just gonna be opening up more cars. And, yeah, so that's gonna be the plan for this episode. If you guys enjoy, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And let's get to it. So, I did say in the 5th episode of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which I posted earlier today, and you should check out, by the way, that I would be posting this today or tomorrow, and I'm not sure when it'll be uploaded, but as of right now, when I'm recording it, it is, let me go check. It is currently the 23rd, so as at the time I'm recording this, it's the 23rd. I don't know if it'll be uploaded on the 24th or not, but yeah, for now, just giving you a heads up. So anyway, we got a lot of items today, and yeah, so let's get to it. So starting off, I gotta move my coffee table because it's jabbing my shoulder. Second of all, I'm gonna start with the non-cars item, or technically the only non-diecast item. So I'm at a place, so I'm at a Goodwill, and I'm looking through the stuff. They have some pretty decent stuff, and like, they have decent stuff, but nothing I'm really interested in. But then I'm looking through the DVDs, and then I find this Walmart exclusive, geared up bonus DVD disc for Cars, which is apparently I don't know, I think it's a musical track. I think it's like a soundtrack of all the Cars movies, or like, not all the Cars movies, but it's a compilation of all the soundtracks in Cars. And so, looking at the back here, we got the Cars Walmart truck. I haven't seen this variant of the truck ever. I don't think they have a diecast. All I know is that Walmart has a hauler and a next-gen hauler. Funny thing, no racer. So Walmart exclusive, a musical road trip with Rascal Flatts. I think this is just all of the soundtracks in one. And the way this works is that on the side of this DVD, you've got two little knobs here. And you pull those. And then there's the DVD inside there. I checked it already, and it has pretty much no scratches. And so I'm going to keep this just as like a collector's item. My family do technically have, well, I can't speak. My family does have a CD player, or like a disc player, and we do still have it to this day, but it's not at my house. Anyway, that's about it. I'm just gonna keep this as a collector's item. Pretty good find. Probably not gonna use it, but I did check the disc. Pretty much no scratches. Yeah, I'm happy to have found it. Oh, by the way, $2.99. Very good deal. I am not sure if I'll be removing that sticker, but still a good deal. Okay, next up, this guy. So I got him as well as a lot of other cars on my most recent trip. I'm not going to tell you where I went for privacy reasons. All I'm going to say, though, it was my last trip of the summer. And so, we're going to me and my mom and some more family, we're going to a store, a great store. I'm not going to say the name of it. I might say it in a later episode, but for now, just for privacy concerns, I'm not going to say the name. But it was a really good store for now. I'm just going to leave it with that. Anyway, lots of Disney car stuff. In fact, a lot of these items, and a lot of the items for future episodes are going to be, like, a lot of these items were from that store. So, this is one of them. Tumbleweed Lightning McQueen. So, quick story. Aside from the die cast, or like how I got the die cast, story of how I think I lost this die cast. So, one of my old friends, like, it was their birthday, and I had pretty much no idea what to get them for a gift, and so, sort of I then remembered that they had a lot of Hot Wheels and NASCAR die casts, and so, last minute idea, I threw together every single Lightning McQueen item I had, and gave it to them as a gift. And I think Tumbleweed Lightning McQueen was one of the cars. I think I had Cactus McQueen. They were definitely one of them. I'm not sure if I had Tumbleweed McQueen, but I think I did. But this is the Race-O-Rama Tumbleweed Lightning McQueen. I'll show you the ticket once I get them out. Anyway, I want to open this one mainly because, yeah, it's, the car back is, well, the car back's in good condition, but it is just dying to get taken apart. So, I'm gonna just carefully do that. There we go. Okay. Very nice card back. On the back, by the way, we've got, I guess this is what they used to use for, oh, not anymore. Okay, this is what they use these little plastic clear hook things to, like, put them on the pegs in the stores back then. And we've got a lot of stuff on the back. Visit worldofcars.com, build a car, and race it online. And we can do that by finding out the number on the back of the ticket, which I'll get to in a bit. And we can collect by ticket color. I think there might be more than just blue, yellow, and orange, but there's at least those three. And then we've also got, McQueen also tells you, like, a tidbit about another card you can collect. Meet my friend, Race Official Tom. As a Piston Cup race official, Tom travels on the Piston Cup circuit, enforcing the rules and regulations from start to finish of every race. This is... oh, when is this? This is... so, of course, made by Mattel. At first glance, I can't really see any... At first glance, I can't see any, like, release date, but Race-O-Rama was a very old series. Yeah, Race-O-Rama was very old. Or is very old. At least compared to now. Like, so, still not going to open them yet, but, this is the new packaging that they use to this day, where they, rather than big plastic bubbles, I said this in an earlier episode, but I'll say it again. So back then, essentially all of the cars until, I think, maybe 2021 or 2022, including Race-O-Rama, they put the cars in these bubbles of plastic, but then they evolved to using less plastic in the form of having silhouettes or cutouts of characters, and then putting the diecast in those, which I think is a good move on their part. I do miss the bubbles, but I think they did a good job with that. Okay, so one other thing, by the way, I don't know. It is. Oh, I wasn't sure. So there was I'll show you with this guy here. So on the bottom of them, there's this small little clear plastic, well, not plastic, a paper little grass carpet. And if you look on the other side, you can see, like, World of Cars info. And if you look at the sides, you can see, like, they kind of, it's hard to see, but they, yeah, look right here. They sort of, the paper sort of stacks on each other, and that's because it's not just a little grass mat, it's a collector's guide. So they've got, oh, is that, oh, wow, that's sort of, I thought it would be bigger, but, okay. So you can collect the cars by ticket color. You've got, yeah, there was also red, I guess. So this is like how you, a lot of the cars back then had like checklists that you could use to keep track of which cars you did and didn't have. So here's Cactus McQueen. I did used to have him. So in the meantime, we've got all the characters back here. We've got, like, Wingo, Chick-Hicks, Ramon. And, yeah, pretty cool checklist. I'm definitely going to hang on to it. Now then, very quickly, and then I promise we'll get to the diecast, but I do want to just look at this ticket. Okay, so here's the ticket, and there's a number on the back. I don't think I'm going to show the number, but... oh, is this... are these... hang on. Can you separate these? Oh, no. Okay, no, you can't separate these. Okay. So, I thought this, like, the ticket... I thought the ticket was a sticker on a piece of cardboard, but no, like, the entire thing is a piece of cardboard. And here we can finally see the number 88. Tumbleweed Lightning McQueen, and speaking of him... here we go. Tumbleweed Lightning McQueen. Oh, it feels good to get him. So he's one of the, well, this is the first time in a while that I've unboxed, like, a classic Lightning McQueen diecast. This is nostalgic. His wheels spin well. He's got his, so essentially it's just regular McQueen, but then, he's got special expression, like grumpy eyes and like a frown, like in the movie and or clip he appeared in. And then, of course, he's got a tumbleweed on his head. So in the movie, Doc Hudson is watching McQueen, and then McQueen is trying to train on the dirt track, and then he spins out and then crashes into a tumbleweed and then gets angry and a tumbleweed on his head. So there is that. I'm very happy to have this. I'm excited to be getting more and more McQueens. Speaking of McQueens, I might as well do these next two McQueens here, and then we can move on to another packaged item. Starting off with this, so this is what so I did a community post a while back about explaining, like, stuff I got from a Cape Cod trip. This was one of them, and a lot of people are probably confused on what this is. This little McQueen here is from a series called Lashers. And what you would do is that, so starting off with the car itself, all the cars in this series were made like Snot Rod, an orange car who had one small front wheel and one big back wheel, like a funny car. And so this is like a whole range dedicated to funny cars, but they're Cars characters. And what you would do is that the big wheel in the back has a hole in it, and you insert this little string here, then you quickly pull it out, and you would... oh, it works better with big areas, but yeah, you would pull it out, and then the little car would go. So that's the deal with the Lashers. I think I got him for like $1, maybe $2, $3. I can't remember. But I did get... oh, there we go. So I got this guy, I think for... I can't remember... like in between $1 and $3, I think. That's to the best of my memory. But yeah, I'm not gonna collect all of them, but I might collect like one, maybe two more of these little Lasher guys, because they are incredibly cute. I do like them a lot. I think they're a fun toy. And maybe not the most worthwhile thing, or like they're maybe not the thing you should put all your time and money into, but they're a bunch of cute little guys. Final McQueen, at least out of the packaging, we've got Tongue Mouth McQueen. Okay, how do I explain this guy? Okay, I'm gonna use Max Schnell here as a demonstration. So, in the beginning scene of the Cars, of Cars 1, where Chick Hicks causes the piston cup racers to crash, McQueen is just dodging and ducking through every one of them, and then he jumps off of another car, and then flies through the air in the movie, and then he sticks his tongue out at the crowd. I don't know why, but, like, he's just flying through the air, and then points his tire and sticks his his tongue out of the crowd, and then winks his eye, and then he's just flying through the air, then he lands, and then he goes back to racing. And knowing Mattel and their relationship with the Cars movie, they make a die-cast out of essentially anything. So, I mean, if you thought Tumbleweed McQueen was a little weird, here is just Lightning McQueen with his tongue out. So this, speaking of which, this is the... I also got this McQueen at the same place I got Tumbleweed McQueen and some of the other items here. He rolls well, and he was the only thing at that store on my trip that I got that wasn't in its box, but I picked him up because he's in really good condition. He's got, like, one speck on his eye, and he's got pretty much no paint chips. Like, one tiny one on the spoiler, and that's it. He's got... I did just notice this. Like, his gas pump, the gray is meant to go in the circle, but it's really off-centered. But, honestly, I can't complain. He's in really good condition, and I don't have this McQueen, so, you know, it's nice to finally get a McQueen from another one of my favorite scenes. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so that's all of the McQueens so far. I might as well do the final McQueen. I might as well, yeah. Okay, so this is Dinoco Lightning McQueen with Piston Cup. So, starting off, I think this is another one of the Race-O-Rama cars, and you can tell because the backgrounds are so similar, but it doesn't actually say Race-O-Rama anywhere. At least, like, not super clearly. But yeah, so this is one of the chase cars, and chase, by the way, means just, like, they're rare and hard to come across, and so they're, like, more valuable, I guess. And I picked this car up mainly for two big reasons. One, the Piston Cup. In the last episode, when I unboxed a bunch of mini racers accessories, one of the things was a Piston Cup, and I was grateful to have that, but, you know, like, you can never have too many Piston Cups. I mean, Doc had 3 in the first movie we saw, and I think McQueen would go on to win 7. I could be wrong, but the second reason, I do not have a Dinoco McQueen of any kind. No color changer, no new, slightly crappier color changer that's exclusive to a playset. No, like, metallic version, nothing. This is my first Dinoco Lightning McQueen, and I have really wanted this diecast for a long while. Before we open him up, though, I gotta figure out how I'm going to open him, because, yeah. So, back then, another thing that the diecast series did, so they mainly, nowadays, actually all the time now, and, like, back then, too, in the early years of their diecasts, they had, like, clear, well, no, like, not clear, blank backgrounds, and then you could see the car. But then, for these, they took a turn, and then for some of them, they gave them a clear plastic bubble that goes all the way around. And so you can see the front, back, and sides of the car, which I think is really cool. It's kind of a shame to open this, but I'm going to anyway. $8, by the way. Very good deal. How do I open him? I gotta figure this out. Oh. Okay. I thought this would be a lot harder because of the back bubble, but nope. Oh, is there tape? Is there really tape on this? Oh. Hang on. I might have spoke to... Yeah, there's tape. Okay. Give me a sec just to get that tape off. There we go. Okay. I think I got... Nope, there's more tape. Okay. Okay, slowly, carefully. There we go. Okay. I think I got it. Yep. Got it. Here we go. Definitely gonna hang on to this. Here we got another little checklist. Is it the same as the other one? Oh, no, it's different. Okay. So far there's red, orange, blue, and yellow. I don't know if there are... Oh, there's like a green and then like a whitish blue. Interesting. Okay, so here we got just another checklist, and this one has actually different characters. And if you look really closely at their eyes, they're actually like fuzzy, and that's because they're lenticular. And if you don't know, like, here, I'll use this car here as an example. The lenticular cars, if you hold them at a certain angle, then their eyes change positions. So, it's pretty cool. So, here we got a checklist with a bunch of lenticulars. We got Sally. Here's Tex Dinoco. On the back, we got Boost, DJ, The King, Guido, just a bunch of cars. Pretty cool to get. I'm gonna also hang on to this little checklist. And now it's time to get on to the thing that isn't the car, but is almost the car. We got, first of all, is there something on this, or... Oh, here we go. Okay. So for this one, I won't show the code, but it's a flap rather than just a flat piece of cardboard. So, code's on the inside. I'm not going to show it, but there's another ticket, Dinoco Lightning McQueen with piston cup, number 102. All right. Piston cup first, and then I'll get to McQueen. Okay. Here we got the piston cup. Oh, this is so cool. I've really wanted piston cups. And now I have a second. This is really cool. And this one actually has a gold plate on it, on the bottom. And it's hard to see. Hopefully the camera can focus. I gotta be very careful when bringing it up. Okay, this is gonna take all day, but there's little... Can I try to... Here we go. Okay, it's kind of hard to see, but that actually says Lightning McQueen Champion. So they engraved McQueen's name on the bottom of the trophy. That is really awesome detail. And for toys this old, like, for considering the time of these toys, this is really good detail. I am very impressed with this. And speaking of McQueen, here's our final McQueen diecast for the episode. Does not want to come out. There we go. Oh, almost. Oh, there we go. Finally. Okay. Dinoco Lightning McQueen. So context for this character, so one, I got him at the same place I got these two McQueens. Second, so of course there's like, so of course McQueen's like so McQueen in the Cars movie never really becomes the Dinoco sponsorship. In one of the scenes after the first opening race, same, like, setting as where McQueen did this, where he stuck his tongue out, McQueen daydreams after the race about being the new Dinoco sponsor, and he envisions himself in this blue Dinoco, like, variant, and I think it's really cool. You got all of his details. First of all, most obvious, but Dinoco goes in the spot of Rusty's logo. Then, of course, the 95 colors are different. They didn't really change up much, though. Like, oh, they got rid of, oh. Okay, I guess they did change up some pretty significant thing. They got rid of all the little sponsors on the side. Interesting. Of course, the rims are blue rather than red. The tires are still black, though. And then, he still has his lightning bolt, but rather on the red one, where he has, like, the little Rusty's logo on the back, he's got Dinoco printed at the top of it. On the back, he has no, like, rookie stripe, which is a rule in NASCAR. A rule in NASCAR is that all new racers must wear a yellow rookie stripe. Does it say something? Medicated bumper ointment. Yeah, fun fact that says medicated bumper ointment. The sponsor, like, Rusty's medicated bumper ointment is the full name of McQueen's sponsor. But, yeah, so Dinoco McQueen doesn't have that stripe. Same thing, red 95 compared to blue 95, and then the sides are essentially the same. I think on this one, though, so they got this one closer. It's hard to see, but they got the gray a little more on point with the gas pump, rather than this one, which is just completely off. Yeah, I am really happy to have Dinoco McQueen, and he's got a trophy, too. He's got a piston cup to go with him. I'm very happy about that. Okay, so that's finally all of the Lightning McQueen items. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 left. I'll finish up. I might as well just finish up all the stuff that's not in a box. So starting off, I got this guy on a Cape Cod trip. This is the Hydro Wheels. I think that's the name. Let me look it up. I'm 95% sure. Pun not intended. Yeah. So these little guys here, these cars, or maybe not little, these big chunky cars are from a range called Hydro Wheels, which was a series of it was a range of water toys that you would use in the bathtub, in the pool, maybe even a lake or ocean. I don't recommend lake or ocean. Don't ask how I know. But yeah, these guys were like bathtub toys, and they're really well designed, but they're also essentially pretty simple. They're just regular pullbacks. But one special thing about them is that when you pull them back and let them go in the water, they'll actually kick up water out from behind the back big wheels, which is where the hydro part comes in. And so they made a lot of characters, I think for Cars 1 and Cars 2. And then the range got rebranded, I think for Cars 3, I can't remember, but yeah, I found the Francesco one for like $4 at a store, and I had a lot of fun finding him. And he's in really good condition. So unlike like the regular, it's not the same racer, but like Max Schnell is also in the World Grand Prix, so I'll just use him for now. So the regular like die casts all had like their standard size wheels. To make them float on the water, though, the Hydro wheels, they got these big chunky wheels that are best suited in one of their colors, and I think they did a phenomenal job picking lime green for Francesco. That fits much more than one would think. If you also look on the hood, he's got little water droplets, another great detail. And overall, just a very good condition model. I might pick up one, maybe two more of these. It's the same as the Whiplash. They're not on my hit list, but yeah. Good expression, good detailing. Overall, a very good toy. And I don't recommend selling these if you have any. So, I'm not gonna do him yet. I'm just gonna, or like review him yet. I'm just gonna use his packaging to bring up the other cars closer. I'm gonna review these guys, and then I'll review the other like boxed up stuff. Starting off, so this is so I'm not gonna go into too much detail of their origin, again for privacy, but all I can say is you could technically consider these to be a part of a lot. So you could consider that. So starting off, we've got Uncle Topolino from Cars 2, but not the die-cast. This is a little light plasticky version of him. I believe these were sold in storybooks where you could reenact scenes from the movies. I don't remember the name of the range, but they were used in like storybooks. They were sold in storybooks, and you could use them, the little figurines, as like a way to retell the story. I have quite a few actually, so another one added to the collection, not bad. Pretty good detail too, considering it's just a cheap plastic car. Here we got a lenticular Fred. I used to have Fred, but I was stupid and got rid of him. And what's special about this Fred is that he's got, I don't know if this detail applies to all the Fred diecasts, but he's got a little name tag there that actually says Fred, which is pretty cool. He's also a good size. For some reason, one of his variants, they made him like as big as McQueen, which was really stupid. But yeah, here we have the thankfully correct size version of Fred. Overall, a pretty good find. Yeah, different eye expressions. Oh, none of these cost money, by the way. That's the only other thing I'm gonna say. None of these cost money, and they were one big lot of just 4 cars. So, detail overall is pretty good. I think Fred is well designed. I'm happy to have a new Fred. We got this. I can't remember the range. These were. On the bottom of it says Disney/Pixar. FIAT trademark. I can't remember. It might. I think it says FIAT or it says FLAT. I can't tell, but like these were, I wouldn't say a knockoff, but they were much, much, much cheaper. So these guys, I think they were also, maybe not storybooks, but they were included in something, and it had the same idea as the little figurines in the storybooks, and even technically the diecasts. They were included so you could remake moments of the Cars movies. And this is the Luigi one. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna give this guy away. He is cute, but I think I already gave away the Guido version, so I might give this guy away too. But he is very cute. He has actually surprisingly good detailing for being a plastic car. He's got the 95 logo on both sides. This is based off of the Cars 2 McQueen, by the way. So, he's got 95 on his sides. He's got a nice expression. Only real damage I see is, like, he's got some yellow showing through his cap. And that's about it. I think this is a very nice and detailed Luigi. Not gonna hang on to him, but he's a cute little guy. Final car that, was a part of that lot of 4. I already have a Max Schnell, but I wasn't gonna turn down the opportunity to have another one, especially considering how good condition this one is. I mean, from the front, he looks brand new. From the top, you can see where, like, it starts to get messy, though. Like, he's got scuffing, or is that a word? He's scruffed up a bit here on the top, scratched up a bit, like the paint's coming off of the red. Spoiler's in good condition, and the sides are looking good. A few paint chips here and there. Not really much to say about him, but he does appear in the World Grand Prix alongside Francesco, and he's number 4, and he's the Germany car. Oh, the World Grand Prix racers, by the way, are their design colors are actually the colors of their home flags. So Francesco Bernoulli is red, green, and white because he's from Italy. And then Max Schnell is black, yellow, and red because he's from Germany. So, yeah, he's got nice silvery rims. I already have a better condition Max Schnell, but I'm happy to have this guy too. He's in very good condition. Yeah, I'll do this guy, and then I'll talk about this thing back here. So, this is Ito-san. So, context for the character, he's from the Cars Toon Mater's Tall Tales Tokyo Mater. He's one of the several characters. Yeah, Cars Toon here on the back. And this is actually one of the newest cars that's been released. And so you can see we've got him and then 2 more that I'm looking for. Drift Party Mater and then the Japanese police car seen in the chase scene in the short. I got him at a Walmart. He was the only Tokyo Mater diecast, which is kind of a shame, but hey, I finally found at least one of the Tokyo Mater diecasts, and I've been looking everywhere for them. So I'm very happy to finally have at least one of them. Let's unbox him. Oh, one other thing, actually. So, typically for the cars, I'll use Doc as an example. So typically for the cars, they show off, like, the car and then an image for the car from the movie, so you can see better which diecast you're getting. I guess, but for some reason, they don't include a picture of Ito-san, they just include a picture of Tokyo Mater. Which I guess makes sense, because that is the short he's from, but I don't know why they just don't include a picture of Ito-san. It's kind of weird, but, what can you do? Okay. I'm going to be very careful when opening him. I do want to... His card back may technically be incorrect, but I do want to save him. Okay. Oh. Almost. Okay. Got him. I'll worry about getting the card back later. Card back, by the way, is the term used for, or at least the term I use for these cardboard backdrops that show off the character. Here we got Ito-san. So, context for, well, more context for the character. He's seen in the opening of the short Tokyo Mater, and Mater is taking him to Tokyo. Fun fact, one of the places where they actually raced in the had a World Grand Prix race in Cars 2. Mater didn't race in the World Grand Prix, but like that, Tokyo was one of the locations in Cars 2 where they had a World Grand Prix race. Anyways, so Mater takes Ito to Tokyo and then drops him off. He doesn't have that. I expected him to have. So recently for these cars, or at least some of the characters, they've been including punch holes so that Mater can tow them around. For some reason, I thought Ito would have them, but he doesn't. Again, what can you do? But yeah, I like his expression. I don't know what these little silvery things on the front are, but I think these are mirrors. He's a nice dark blue, and his small silvery wheels also look pretty good on him. I mean, I guess they could have done the windows better. The windows look a little ugly, but that's honestly it. I'm happy to have him. Okay, final Cars 2 related item, and then the remaining 3 are all from Cars 1. This is the Mini Racers Professor Z 3-pack. So, I'm at a Target, on my most recent trip, and I finally found the new Mini Racers. I had been looking for the Mini Racers, especially this pack, for a very long time. They just aren't at my Target for some reason, but I finally found them. I actually got 4 of them. The other 3 I'm going to include in a later episode, but this was one of the packs I found, and this is one I really want to open, mainly because of Professor Z. Before that, though, on the back, we can see all this data and stuff. I think that says 2022. I thought this pack was released in 2023, but I guess where I'm from, they probably just get them later, which I find unfair, but again, what can you do? And then you see you've got Mater, Holly Shiftwell, a Mini Racer I actually don't have, and then the blue box around highlighting the new Mini Racer. This time around, it's Professor Z. Let's get to it. I'm going to try to leave Mater in the packaging, just in case, because I might need a new Mini Racers Mater someday. So I'm going to try to be careful as I open this and leave him in the packaging. But I want to get out Professor Z and Holly, for sure. I don't collect these card backs, by the way. I collect pretty much only the die-cast ones. So, like, I don't really care about, like, these Mini Racers card backs. Okay. There we go. Sorry, Mater. I mean, at some point, maybe. I mean, just right now, because of spacing on my collection shelf, I'm trying to not have, like, a lot of stuff take up space. And so, like, I'm trying not to have duplicates on my shelf to make use of space. So I'm going to probably just start a bucket collection where I just keep, like, unopened stuff like this. Alright, so starting off, Holly Shiftwell. I didn't get this pack because of Holly Shiftwell, but it is nice to have a Mini Racers Holly. She was surprisingly captured in a Mini Racer form very well. And I'm very happy to have her. We've got a nice metallic, glittery purple shine on her. A little smile, a little expression. Her wheels were also captured very nicely. She's got the door. Why do the cars have doors? I'm not sure. I mean, in Cars on the Road, Mater enters his door after he dies. You don't... Just, if you don't know, just look up Cars on the Road on Disney Plus, and then you'll get context. But, yeah, so... I don't know why they include the doors on the sides of these cars, or why they have doors at all. Still though, Holly, I'm very happy to have this. But the main reason I got this pack was because of Professor Z. Now, my Professor Z, their current state is crap. Their expression is pretty much intact, and the rest of the body just has a few paint chips. But my current Professor Z diecast, keyword diecast, is not in very good condition. There's a bit of bent, like, roof axles or whatever it is on the top of it. And then their monocle broke off. So, yeah, I need a new Professor Z diecast, but in the meantime, I am going to be using this mini racer as a substitute, because this mini racer actually, size-wise, they may be a bit small, but they actually do a really good job as a placeholder Professor Z. And plus, they're new, so new monocle, better, like, roof wires, and even a different expression from the diecast. He's like a little, ugh, do I have to be here, rather than, ah, like his original expression. They did a really good job, and by they, I mean Mattel. Mattel did a really good job in capturing Professor Z as a mini racer, especially because considering he's already such a small car. They did a really good job. Honestly, my only complaint, and I'm not even too mad about it because I understand why they did it. So it's impressive that they captured Professor Z in such a small size, somehow an even smaller size. In fact, they even went smaller with the micro drifters, which I can talk about in a later episode when I probably review one on this series. But honestly, my only complaint, Professor Z kind of towers over the others. Maybe, like, without the wires, he's about the same height as Holly, but with the wires, he just looks so much taller, which is my only real complaint. I wish, like, he wasn't as tall, but again, I understand it, because, like, Professor Z is already such a small car. It's kind of hard to encapsulate such a small car in an even smaller form. So I'm impressed that they were able to do that. Okay, so, yeah. Honestly, final thoughts. This is just, like, this mini racer is so good to the point that you could just consider it as if, like, Mattel put Professor Z in Google Slides and then scaled him down using the scale tool. That's essentially it. He's just slightly shorter and slightly skinnier than the regular diecast. That's honestly it. This is a very good placeholder until I get the new diecast. I got 3 items left. I'm gonna do this one next. This one is gonna be probably the biggest nostalgia trip of the series so far. So, this is Elvis RV, or as I like to call them, Elvis. So, in the beginning of the first movie, for some reason, let me rephrase that. So, in the beginning of the movie, of the first Cars, same setting as where McQueen just sticks his tongue out and he has the Dinoco Daydream. So, as the race is beginning and, like, we get the opening credits and the title for the movie, we see, like, all of these, like, spectators and all these spectators on the main infield. You know how NASCAR tracks are an oval? And then there are like 3 ovals. The first one is just the track itself. The second one is a bigger oval, which is just the stands. And then the third one, there's a little infield, the smallest one. There's an infield, and that's kind of where the pit crews go, as well as the haulers and other things and stuff. Yeah, so there were a bunch of spectators in that field in the first bit of the Cars movie, and one of them was Elvis. And they always did this funny catchphrase for some reason. Like, the only time you see Elvis on screen, they just go, eh. And I love that scene to death. I love that scene to death. And so you can probably imagine how happy I was when I got the die cast from that scene. And unfortunately, there was a sad moment which did lead to me losing my Elvis. So, again, privacy reasons, but one day when I was really, really young, I don't know, like, first grade, maybe not first, but, like, back when I was really, really young, and I was hanging out with a friend, I was playing with one of their little plastic cars on, it wasn't a hydro wheel, but it had, and it wasn't a Disney car either, but it was one of those little pullback cars. And anyways, I accidentally dropped it into the river, and I felt so bad that to make it up to that friend, I gave them my favorite diecast, Elvis. Patched things up, everything was okay then. But yeah, that was the day I lost my Elvis. And finally, after so long, I have a brand new Elvis to take its place. The character I love is back. And I guess we're going to start with the box before we get to the diecast. So, Racerama, of course, on the top there. Same brand as Tumbleweed McQueen. And I think Dinoco McQueen, it doesn't say Racerama on the box. Unlike McQueen, or Cactus McQueen and Dinoco McQueen, though, this one's got the mega size ticket in a little window. And that just means, like, back then, this is how they would say deluxe. These were just, like, deluxes. That was the name for the deluxe cars back then. Deluxe, by the way, of course, just means mega-sized. They renamed it to deluxe, though, later. Ticket number 9, Elvis RV. And here we got a picture of the character down here rather than on the back, probably because Elvis is such a big car. On the back, this is different. So on the back of the Dinoco McQueen, there's just like a bunch of info about how like you can enter the tickets onto a website and race the cars. On the back of the Cactus McQueen, you get a tidbit about another car. On the back of this one, though, it's a checklist, which makes me think they're not going to include a checklist in this one. I could be wrong, but this is where you can see other cars. So, sorry, getting tired. So at the time, other deluxes that were released, or mega-sized cars, were Lightning Storm, Lightning McQueen, Gray Semi, or the Dinoco Cab, Max Semi, Dustin Mellows, Just a Radiator Springs Truck, and then Chick Hicks Semi, or the Chick Hicks Hauler Cab. And then, of course, we've got Elvis. And that's about it. I'm going to open up a car now who I have not opened up or seen in so many years. And I'm going to be extremely careful here. In fact, I'm going to try something. I'm going to use like the edge of the mini racers box as kind of like a knife to slowly but surely just dig in and then just open up the box. Okay, there we go. Alright, not the best, but not the worst either. And yeah, this isn't just some, so they got the ticket in there, of course, but this isn't so first of all, I'm not going to show the ticket code again, but the ticket is actually attached to the cardboard this time. And then these little flaps open up. I don't know if there's anything in that, but no, these are just these little flaps open on the side of the name tag, just for show, I guess. And then here we got Elvis, the character picture. And so, yeah, I'm very happy about that. And then, of course, here we have the card back. I'm probably going to keep it. And maybe I might just mark off Elvis, just so I know it's Elvis. But I'm not sure yet. But, yeah. Ah, it has been so many years since I've had an Elvis. And this one is brand new, too. Okay, starting off, detailing on the side looks great. Elvis RV Club. I guess Elvis was never a racer, but I guess that just means, like, they had a sponsorship, too, or something. And then, here we got her little, face, which is the face, the face that they make in the movie. Their little golden goggles. And then, the side of them is actually rough. It's rough and bumpy. And then, pretty much all of the underbottom, or the bottom of the car here, pretty much all of that is smooth. And I just noticed this, oh my god. The tires, they're like what is that color? I can't tell. It's like a grayish brown. To some, that would be disgusting. I think it's beautiful. And then golden rims. Oh, I'm so happy to finally have Elvis. And I don't even mind that it squeaks. In fact, that was one of the best parts about Elvis. The Elvis diecast when I had them. Oh, I am so happy to finally have Elvis back. This is a really good day. Welcome home, Elvis. Welcome home, buddy. Okay, second to last item. It's getting late. We're almost an hour in. It's like 10:14 where I am, so I'm gonna have to be quick about this. Second to last item. Team No Stall gift pack. So, same case as Elvis, Dinoco McQueen, Tongue McQueen, and Tumbleweed McQueen. Same store, same situation. I think overall I got 18 packaged items, 19 total items if you count Tongue McQueen, which I do. It's just Tongue McQueen didn't come in a box. But if you don't count them, that I got 18 items. All of them were in packaging. So 19 total except for McQueen. So 18 packaged items. $202, by the way, for all of those items. I got 19 new Cars items I didn't have. And for $202, that was a good deal. And one of them, of course, was this here. This is the Team No Stall gift pack. So, back in the early days, again, I don't know when I'm not going to use that phrase, but, I can't tell on the bottom. I can't find a date or a year, but, like, one of the old, like, specials they would do is that they would Mattel would release car gift packs, and this one of them was, a No Stall gift pack. No Stall being, of course, one of the Piston Cup teams in the race. So here we've got Team No Stall. We've got Shirley Spinout, the exclusive character, by the way. This is the No Stall Pity. Roman Dunes, the No Stall crew chief, and then No Stall, also known as Todd Marcus, the No Stall racer. Back then, also, they used the sponsor names for the cars before Mattel went ahead and gave them all names. So this one's also starting to crack open. I'm going to finish the job with the little package, just like before, just to be as careful as I can, and hopefully I can keep this card back. Oh, this is going to be satisfying. Ready? Oh, that was good. Okay. So right off the bat, it seems like No Stall has their own little tag, which is pretty interesting. This box is really nice. I'm probably gonna hang on to it. Now for the cars. I'll go Racer, Crew Chief, and then Pity. So starting off, we got the Racer, Todd Marcus himself. So he was actually one of the... So Todd Marcus was actually one of the racers involved in the pileup. Actually, all of them, I think, were involved in Chick Hicks's car pileup. But he was actually one of the cars that... He was one of 2 cars that McQueen jumped off of in order to get in the air, and then he did the tongue thing. One of them was Todd Marcus, and I do have a Todd Marcus, but he's in bad condition compared to this one, who is really cool. He has a little stub on his eye for some reason. Knowing me, it's probably just gonna drive me up the wall. But honestly, it's not a big deal, I guess. So, aside from that, his eyes are looking good. He's got a nice mouth. Black-rimmed tires. He is really shiny. He's got a sponsor number and logos and details all over the sides. Honestly, this is a really cool car to get a new one of. Looking at the back, by the way. So, of course, they had no stall, but then they also had other packs. Like, they had the Piston Cup gift pack with Charlie Checker, Lightning McQueen, and the King. If I get that one, I'm probably going to keep it in its box because I have all those characters. And then they had the Race Official gift pack, which is Race Official Tom, Aloft, the Lightyear Blimp, and Toe. So, it's really nice to have a new no-stall. Oh, that's... The wheels rolling are just so satisfying. Okay, up next, first of 2 new cars in this pack for me. First of all, does this come out, or do these? I guess they do. Here we got Roman Dunes. I'm probably going to hang on to this just for the sake of me remembering their name. Here is the No Stall Crew Chief. I've seen this guy plenty online in box, but always as a single release. And so I always avoided them because I kept holding on to the hope that someday I would get this 3-pack. And here is that day. I'm very happy. So we got the No Stall Crew Chief, basic red. Same red, I think. Yeah, the same red as Todd. No stall on the front hood and then on the sides, but nowhere else. Nice red rims. Nice microphone. Just a simple microphone for them to communicate. Because that's what the crew chief does. They communicate to the racer during a race. And they roll well. Nice bright red. Good expression too. I'm very happy. Okay. Final one, and then probably the biggest highlight. We've got Shirley Spin Out. If the camera... There we go. Shirley Spin Out. And here we go. The No Stall Pity. So now, I am now 3/4 away from completing the No Stall team. The only No Stall thing I'm missing is the hauler. I'm missing the No Stall hauler, and that's the final one I need. So here we got Shirley... Oh, God, I already forgot. Spin Out. Okay, Shirley Spin Out. Again, the camera needs to focus. So here we got Shirley Spin Out. So, similar to the crew chief and racer, they've got no stall on their... God, the camera will not focus. Similar to the crew chief and racer, they got no stall on their top hat. No. Well, not top hat, but like their... You get what I mean. Like, the Pitties all wear these little caps, and all of them have their team name or team sponsor on it. So we got no stall on top and both sides. Not on the back, which makes sense. Same shade of red as the other cars. And this is probably one of the rarest Pitties ever made, and I finally have them. I'm super grateful. And I think that they also designed this one beautifully. The white rims complement the red and black very well. The tan, like, forklifts, even though it may look a little gross to some, to me it looks pretty cool. And then the black is probably one of the best parts. The way it just goes from red to black to red, it's just perfect. And then the fact that they also made the black part the eyes is another really nice twist. Speaking of eyes, the eyes and mouth also complement each other. It's a very good expression. They're like, huh? Or like, I feel like a minion. This feels like an expression right out of the Minion movie. This feels like an expression right out of a Despicable Me movie. One of the Minions make this expression, I think. I really like this diecast. I'm very happy to finally have them. If I had to be my, like, nitpicky self for a second, I don't think they ever made a tool cart. So, they re-released this 3-pack, I think, one other time, and then never again made it. And with that in mind, I don't think that No Stall ever got a tool cart. The tool carts are, like, these little plastic... One of them, there were 2 in the previous episode, but they're these little, like, plastic colored tool kits on wheels that don't roll. Like, it's all just molded plastic, but it was like an accessory that like a pity could use, and it had the racer logo, the racer sponsor's logo on it. So, like, it was just a fun accessory, and I don't think No Stall ever got one. They only ever got a pity, and I don't think they also got tires. Because another accessory some pities would come with would be stacks of tires with a punch hole in the middle of the bottom one, and then you could stick the bottom one onto one of the prongs here for the forks of the pity, and then they could change tires. I don't think there were ever tires or a toolkit cart made for No Stall, but still, just look at this here. This is really cool. You can do so much even without that. It's awesome. Okay, so we've had a lot of good items, and while this isn't my favorite of this episode's bunch, it is definitely something that will go down in my collection's history as one of the best additions. This is, I don't know, because the nameplate is bent for some reason. Fabulous Doc Hudson with stand. So, right off the bat, same gate. Right out of the gate, same thing, or same case, as the No Stall pack, the Elvis card, the Dinoco McQueen, the Tongue-Mouth McQueen, and Tumbleweed McQueen. Same store, same lot of $202 spent. And this was probably one of my favorite finds of that lot. But of course, one of the first flaws, not even with the car, but the box, the nameplate is sunk into the bottom here, so you can't even really read the name unless you turn the car on its bottom. Or lay it down on its back. So, there's that. This is deluxe, by the way. And here we got on the back, Lightning McQueen's trusty pit crew leaves Radiator Springs to travel the world as Team Lightning McQueen. It's not boring, I promise. I'm just tired. It's 10:26. I gotta wrap this up. So, Fabulous Doc Hudson with stand was one of the cars in this series, and we also got pit crew member Mac, pit crew member Sarge, pit crew member Guido, and these were the tool carts I was talking about. No Stall never got one of these. And then Hydraulic Lightning Ramon and pit crew member Flo 2-pack. Oh god, I'm so tired. I gotta finish this up. Okay. Nice packaging. I'm gonna try to keep the card back. I'm not gonna keep the nameplate, though. It's too bent out of shape. But yeah, this was part of the 95 Pit Crew series, and on its own, this would probably be a single regular release. But what's very special about this, Doc Hudson, is, of course, the withstand part. Oh, God, I gotta stop yawning. This included a giant plastic stand for Doc to sit on top of and just watch McQueen. Again, the same part, a similar scene was in the movie where you can just see Doc on the stand, and it was pretty awesome. Again, Mattel back then just made a diecast of everything, and they still technically do that to this day. Like, one of the most recent diecasts, maybe not recent, but like one of the diecasts I think from last year was just tractor with tire in mouth. It was just one of the tractors from Frank's field, and it had a tire in its mouth, based off of a scene where Mater, being Mater, accidentally lures Frank's field of tractors into Radiator Springs. And in one of the things that one of the tractors does is this: they just start munching on one of Luigi's tires. Well, not tires, but like one of the stacks of tires Luigi displayed outside of the shop he owns. Okay. Same case, I'm gonna have to worry about the card back later, because it is really late right now, but I can get through this. I could get through this if I can get the car out. Okay. I think I got him. Okay. There we go. Okay. Starting off, I'm sorry, but it's gotta go in the trash. And I don't really think, like, this is gonna be that hard to remember anyway. Fabulous Doc Hudson would stand. Okay, so getting them out of their plastic prison. Wow. First of all, this is much more detailed than I thought it would be. The 95, or you can't see it because, like, of course, it's designed that way. It's got a little, they lifted up some plastic flaps on the side, so, like, there's space for tools and stuff, and then you can't ever take them back down. So, that's why the Rusty's logo and lightning bolt is just cut off. But you still have it in the back and in the front. Second of all, it's hard to see, but the stand actually rolls. They could have just made that a plastic piece, but nope, they went the extra mile, and Mattel designed wheels for it. That is another good feature. So, finally, before we separate the two, they've got rubber bands sticking them together. And so that's the only thing we need to remove in order to get them separated and going. There we go. Okay. So here we have, first of all, the stand. This little plastic, like, speaker thing doesn't move, but you can move up and down this little antenna and pose it in different ways, which I think is cool. But then it gets even better. You can flip this part over, and then Doc can roll right up and take a spot on there. I'll use the no-soul crew chief for now as just an example, but you could take your car, have them roll up, and then have a complete... Oh, this is the scene we all want. This is a scene many people dream of. I know the sponsors aren't correct, but Like, this is how it would be. Just a crew chief, a racer, and a pity. And then tires would be changed, and then the racer would just go. Freaking awesome. Okay. So, getting back to the stand. Yeah, it's got the antenna, and then the ramp just folds in and out. Doc Hudson himself, or the fabulous Hudson Hornet. First of all, very nice chrome underbottom, nice red rims on his tires. It's honestly just regular fabulous. Bleh. It's regular fabulous Hudson Hornet, just with a headset slapped on his head. It's not often that you see, like, a smiling Doc Hudson, either. I think that's a smile. So, yeah, this is a very nicely designed car. I really like the blue used for him. Honestly, my only complaint is that I get that... So, when you fold this up, you can see tread marks, and I think Doc is just meant to go sit, like, here. But, like, imagine if some kid got confused and thought he was meant to go on the gray part. You can do that, like this, but then what if you want to try and do it regularly? You can't, because Doc Hudson gets in the way. And so I get it's supposed to be a ramp, but, you know, that could just confuse some children. But that's it, though. I think this is a very nice diecast, and I'm very happy to have them in my collection. Speaking of which, the collection has grown very... Okay, I gotta just set them up like this for now. Okay. I think the collection has grown very big today, and I think it's grown... Like, the collection has grown a huge amount today, in a very good way, too. I mean, from all the new McQueens to reuniting with an old car that I used to own, to even just, like, finding extra random stuff. This was a really fun episode to make. And so, if you guys enjoyed, or guys, gals, and everyone else, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you all in episode 7. And for now, yeah, this is gonna be it. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of the Ultimate Cars Opening. I hope all of you enjoyed. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are. And remember, you're awesome, and I really appreciate having you as a viewer. Thank you, and good night.